Hi, my name's Rosie Pugh and I'm the author of the Pearliad, Book 1 of the Arca Trilogy. My trilogy takes place in a 21st century world in which the Roman Empire never fell. The idea behind the story is that the moment a human being is born, the fates assign them an arca and place it anywhere in the world. It could be any kind of everyday object which is created to blend in with the mortal world around people. A person can only live as long as their arca remains intact. And if your object is destroyed, then you will die. However, there's one important draw to finding out what your own personal object is. If you can recognise and possess your own arca, you can live forever. Our heroine, Effie Seabright, is a teenage girl living on the Indigo Isles, a backwater of the Roman Empire. She finds a pearl washed up on the beach by her home, and she soon finds out that this pearl is the arca of Gideon Stickings, one of the most powerful and corrupt businessmen of the Roman Empire. Effie faces a difficult choice. She has to decide whether to protect the pearl, out of respect for the fates and according to the customs of her people, but somehow prevent this incredibly evil man from getting hold of his own arca and becoming immortal. Once immortal, Gideon Stickings would become unstoppable. I got the idea for the trilogy when I was reading a myth in Ovid's Metamorphoses. In the story, when a boy called Meleager is born, the three fates assign the same lifespan to a wooden log in the fire as they do to this newborn baby. His mother immediately rescues the log from the fire, preserving the life of her son, but many years later she's faced with a terrible choice. In revenge for Meleager killing her own brother, she has the power to destroy the log and kill her son, but for many lines of the poem she agonises over whether she can bring herself to do this. And I was fascinated by this idea that someone's life force can be tied to a physical object, and the questions that it raises. For example, would it be easier to kill someone if you didn't have to physically harm their body and just their object, or would it make murder less frequent than in our world? Because there can be no crimes of passion if you have to specifically seek out a person's unknown object before you can kill them. Setting the story in a modern Roman Empire was a natural decision for me, after basing the concept on Roman myth. Many of the names I've made up come from Latin words. For example, arca can mean strongbox or chest, but it also has the more negative definition of cage or coffin. Gideon Stickings is known as an agitatrix, or an arca collector, and this word comes from the Latin meaning movement of the soul. The name of the novel also references the classical world. Just as the Iliad is the story of Ilios, my book, The Pearliad, is the story of a pearl. It's a trilogy. The second book is called The Botanica, and I will start writing it after the launch of the Pearliad, and the concluding book is called The Ribonid. The book's out on the 20th of February 2014, and I really look forward to you reading it.